Top 10 Fall Fragrances 2019. Let's get started. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we have the top 10 fall fragrances of 2019 designer edition. Alright, so today, before we even begin the list, I actually have 14 fragrances out right here, not 10. And 4 of those being the honorable mention. And these honorable mentions are Hall of Fame fragrances, you can say, that are in 90% of the list that you guys already know about. I decided not to include them in the list simply because you guys already know them and I want to add some more options and more unique things for you guys to go try, alright? So let's start off with those honorable mentions. So the 4 honorable mentions are CH Man Privé, Dior Sauvage, EDP or EDT, Allure Sport Eau Extreme, my favorite, this is the number 1, and Dolce & Gabbana, the 1 EDP. These 4 are in absolutely, I think, almost every single list fall related, but these are very deserving of being there because they're all-star fragrances. They work so well. There's a reason why they're quite old and still selling really good today, or still being praised today, because they are all-star fragrances. So if you want a fragrance that just works, you can end the video now and just get these 4. You'll be set for the whole entirety of fall. CH Man Privé and Dolce & Gabbana 1 can be your date night fragrances, your nighttime fragrances, while the Dior Sauvage, EDP and EDT and Allure Sport Eau Extreme could be your signature scent, can be your anytime scent. So with these 4, you're set for the entirety of the season. And if you're curious where these would have placed on the list, all of these are easily in the top 5. So there's not much to say about that. Allure Sport Eau Extreme will be at number 1, of course, because that one's my favorite, but generally all of them would be in the top 5. Alright, starting off the list properly now, we have the number 10 spot, and this one is mentioned in quite a few lists as well, but not as popular, not nearly as popular as the other 4. This one is AZZARO Wanted, the original. Now, I picked the original over the EDP simply because I enjoyed the original a little bit more. I feel like it's an easier to wear version, it's a more easier to understand. It's very straightforward, you're kind of an edgy guy, you like having fun, you're kind of extroverted, but you also have kind of mysteriousness about you as well. A rich, thick ginger and some spices in here really conveys a more strong personality than your average just fresh fragrances or average sweet fragrances. So this one to me has more character than the one that's usually compared to. This one is usually compared to Invictus. This one has a lot more character than Invictus, and to me works so much better in the fall time than Invictus. So love this one, AZZARO Wanted, the original. The by night version is also really good. If you like a more richer version of this one, you can replace this with the by night. That's perfectly fine. I just put this one in the list because I personally like the original more. Next, we have the number 9 spot. We have one from PACO RABANNE. This one is 1 Million Lucky. Now, this one is very creative for those of you creative fans out there, for those of you collectors who want to collect unique designer fragrance. This one is really good. Hazelnut, plum. Hazelnut smells a little bit more like almond to me, but hazelnut, plum, it's very dry, it's very gourmandish, very unique, something that you would never think a designer house would make, while also being quite attractive at the same time. Not the best compliment getter in the world, but it does have a lot of confidence built into it. If you can pull it off, you just smell very unique. And that's one of the fun part of fall, is that you can wear a more daring fragrance, you can wear a more creative fragrance and get away with it, unlike summertime where it's fresh and you can really only wear something that's light. In the fall times where you can get really crazy with your fragrances, crazy with your personality, and 1 Million Lucky is one of those fragrances to bring along if you're one of those crazy people, alright? So yeah, 1 Million Lucky, number 9 spot. Moving on to number 8, we have one from YSL. This one is La Nuit L'Homme L'Intense version. If you guys watch my channel, you guys know I really love L'Intense. I think it's the best flanker out of all entirety of the La Nuit line so far. This one is definitely a best flanker. It has iris in here as well, alongside your usual cardamom, which makes it a lot softer, a lot more elegant, if you will, a lot more metrosexual, but at the same time super creative, super easy to wear, and still retains the mass appeal of the original. While still not as sexy as the original La Nuit L'Homme, this one definitely holds its own in the compliment sections. Oh, it's just so good. It is really good. I love this fragrance so much. La Nuit L'Homme Intense. If you have not tried it out, just please do. It's called the artist fragrance. I always call it that because it just smells so creative, so nice. And for the fall time, it's one of the best iris fragrance out there. Highly recommend it. Moving on to number 7 now, and this fragrance is one that absolutely just works. Girls love this one, the people around you will love this one. It's nothing too special to me in terms of creativity wise, but it just really works. So this one is YSLY EDP version. EDT version also works as well, but this is the fall list and EDT doesn't really project as well. EDT is more for the summer list. EDP is for the fallers. One thing I will say about this fragrance that can be bad is that it can turn very sweet on someone's skin. So if you have a type of skin where you turn fragrances slightly sweeter than the normal people, then this one can be too sweet. My friend has that kind of skin, that's how I know this. But other than that, it smells fantastic. In the air, it's just very attractive. It has that really clean office vibe mixed with the bubblegum vibe that you're very used to in men's fragrances. It kind of creates an image of a very professional, sexy office worker, if you will. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe this fragrance at this point in time. But that's exactly the vibe it gives off. It's like if Prada L'Homme was made into a sweet, sexy fragrance, it would be something similar to this one. I don't say that this one smells anything like Prada L'Homme. It doesn't have like the heavy iris or anything, but I'm just saying that in terms of imagery wise, if Prada L'Homme was to be made into a sexy, sweet bubblegum fragrance, it would be similar to something like this. It has that office vibe, has that sexy vibe, nighttime, outgoing, while still being semi-professional at the same time. So yeah, this one just really, really works. Nothing too creative about it. But if you want a fragrance that you can just feel confidence in, YSL Y EDP is a very good choice. Moving on now, we have the number 6 spot, and this one I've been waiting to wear this fall. This one is Givenchy Gentleman EDP. This is my favorite Iris fragrance now. Valentino Uomo is very close. I think they're neck and neck. This one takes the inspiration from Valentino Uomo Intense, Dior Homme Intense, and kind of adds a lot more gentleman vibe to it. Gentleman, spicy, classic vibe onto it. To me, this one has so much more character. While Uomo Intense is more fun, more sweet, more outgoing, this one is a little bit more reserved than that, but has a lot more mysteriousness to it, which I really, really, really enjoy, especially for the fall time. Fall and nighttime, this one I wouldn't really wear during the day. Fall, nighttime, this one is so perfect, especially if you're wearing black, or you're wearing a suit, or you're wearing anything that gives you a little bit more of a formal or high-class profile. This fragrance will work for you extremely, extremely well. And if you're already a fan of Iris, this one will work for you extremely, extremely well. So highly recommend this one. And the reason it's in the lower tier of the list is simply because this one I usually wear just for the evening time. It's not the most versatile. But yeah, if you like Iris, I can't really think of anything that's better. So yeah, try this one out, Gentleman EDP. Moving into a top 5 spot now, we have the first fragrance. We have Pure Malt. I love throwing these around because it's the only bottles where I can actually throw around and not feel like I'm gonna break them. This this and Ultra Sets upstairs, I've tried tossing them around before. But yeah, back to the fragrance. Pure Malt, this one is really fun malt fragrance, nighttime, nights out type of fragrance. I really like this one because it has a lot more creativity than CH Man Privé. CH Man Privé is the other boozy type fragrance. I like this one the most. It's my #1 boozy fragrance. And it's not really mentioned a lot in a lot of designer lists. I have no clue why. I think it's because it's a little bit harder to find in stores. Not a lot of people know about them. A lot more people know about CH Man Privé because that's a lot easier to find, and Jeremy hyped the hell out of that thing. But yeah, Pure Malt is also extremely, extremely good. Don't sleep on this one. Go find it online. I think it's around $45, $50 for a Mugler cologne nowadays. So yeah, buy this one before it gets discontinued. They're known to kind of just discontinue scents randomly. But yeah, this one is really good, especially for nighttime, nights out. Highly recommended if you're gonna go to the club, you're gonna go to the bar. Pure Malt is one of my go-to options for those occasions. This next one at number 4 spot is Prada Luna Rossa Black Gourmandish fall time, winter time version of the Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme DNA. I love this one a lot because I love Eau Extreme a lot. They're very, very similar. This one, again, just a more gourmandish, more darker version of it. So this one is my preferred choice over Eau Extreme when it comes to late fall, winter time, or nighttime in general. I would wear this one over Eau Extreme. Eau Extreme, daytime. But still, this one extremely good. It has that powdery tonka bean vibe, but it never gets way too powdery on your skin where it becomes annoying. It has a little bit of a darkish, kind of edible vibe in here as well, which I really, really enjoy. So not really much to say about this fragrance, but just to go try it out yourself. If you love Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, or you love tonka bean in any given way at all, you'll find it really, really hard to dislike this in any way. This one just might become one of your newest favorite fragrance, like I said, if you like those things I mentioned. Moving on, we have the number 3 spot. This one's from Issey Miyake. This one is Noir Ombre. I love this one. You guys have missed me talking about this one, huh? It's been a year since I talked about this fragrance, and that's because I think for a couple months, Ashton had my bottle. I loaned this bottle to Ashton for a couple months, and I finally got it back, I think about a month ago, and I haven't really talked too much about it. I haven't really touched it until now. Fall time is here, and I cannot wait to wear Noir Ombre. This one is what I would like to call a translucent amber. It smells so watery, ambery, but rich with vanilla at the same time. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous scent in every appeal possible. It's creative. It's not so mass appealing, I guess, not so mass appealing as the other, but still very creative, smells extremely good. Niche heads would love this. Designer heads would love this. And this does smell very sexy up close. Very cuddly, sexy, comforting. So in the fall time when you're cuddling with your girl, this gives off a very warm, sexy, sensual vibe that your girls will probably really love. If she loves the note of amber, she'll definitely love this fragrance right here. Now in terms of mass appeal, I want to touch on that a little bit. It's not going to ever be more mass appealing than Dior Sauvage and all those fragrances. It's not a thing. Those are fresh. This thing is heavy. So yeah, not the most mass appealing of fragrance, but not hard to wear either. Like I said, it smells sexy and comforting. It'll get you some compliments, not super all-star compliments, but it will get you some compliments. Number 2, Spot, is one that I never thought would make any one of my lists when I first smelled it. This one is EROS Flame. Too many compliments, really. It made it to number 2 simply by sheer amount of compliments alone. Nothing else. I don't care about the scent. I don't care about the versatility of this thing. I don't care about the performance of this thing. Well, it does have pretty good performance, but that's besides the case. It just has such ridiculous amount of compliment factor, so high compliment factor that it just made it into the list. I need to put it at the number 2 simply because for those of you who just want a fragrance that works, that gives you this boost of confidence, this one is extremely good alongside EROS the original, because the dry down of these two are very similar. Original EROS would give you similar results to EROS Flame for sure, but I do love the opening of EROS Flames a lot more, hence that's why this thing is in here and not the original. Just go grab it. If you want compliments for the fall time, if you want compliments for the winter time, I can really see no better fragrance right now in recent history that is better than this one. So yeah, EROS Flames, just go grab it. Big compliment booster, big compliment getter. Number 1 spot is one that I've been wearing almost every day for the past 4 or 5 days. This one is Prada L'Homme Absolu. I'm actually gonna wear it today as well because I really love this one. It just fits me so well. The more I wear it, the more I just appreciate it for what it is. It's a very nice, outgoing, nighttime version of Prada L'Homme. The cardamom here gives us such a sexy, cooling vibe that I really can't stand how good it is. It's just so good. It fits me so well. It still has that really nice, clean, professional office vibe as well, which balance out the cardamom extremely good. I love this combination because it has a lot more depth than the original Prada L'Homme. Prada L'Homme, the original, is really good. I used to wear that one a lot, but this one is my absolutely new favorite. And someone asked me in the comments if I like Absolute or Intense better. I like Absolute much better. To me, this one is much easier to wear, much more mass appealing, and fits my personality a little bit more. Intense is a little bit more out there, a little bit more daring. I like it, but not as much as Absolute, not by a long shot. I like Absolute so much better. It just smells fantastic on me, and it's starting to get a lot of compliments on its own. So to summarize, the number 1 spot of any fragrance list is either something that just works really well, or 2, something that the reviewer really loves. And with this case, this is both of those. It works really well in real life, in public. I do get lots of compliments with this so far. Number 2, I highly enjoy it, and this is one that I urge every single one of you to go and check out. I don't care if you like Prada L'Homme or not. I don't care what taste you have, whether you're into niche, whether you're into designers. I just want you to go and try this. I wholeheartedly want you to go and try Prada L'Homme Absolute because I absolutely really love it. It's climbing to be one of my most favorite designer fragrances of all time now, alongside Allure Sport or Extreme. It's a very close second, and I can see this being my signature scent for a long time. So if you're gonna check out any fragrance at all on this list, make sure to check out Prada L'Homme Absolute.